Have you ever asked yourself why a man's strength seems to change so rapidly? One day you're feeling full of energy, yet just a few years later, everything appears to have slowed down. That excitement fades. The body no longer responds with the same sharpness, and even intimate moments can gradually become a challenge. Sound familiar? Many people assume this is just the fate of aging, that once you get past 40 or 50, it's all downhill. But is that really the whole story? There's a truth that few people expect. Not every change stems from age itself. Often the cause is found in small deficiencies in how we nourish our bodies. And here's the fascinating part. To restore this strength, you don't need expensive medicines. You don't need chemical formulas from distant labs, nor do you have to search in faraway places. The secret sometimes is right there in your own kitchen, in the spices you use every day. They're small in appearance, but they carry an incredible power. If used the right way, just two seemingly ordinary seeds can become the key that unlocks a new door to your health and confidence. They've been utilized for hundreds of years in traditional medicine, and today, modern science is starting to confirm their effects are real. But the most crucial thing isn't just their names. It is how you prepare them, when you take them, and the discipline with which you listen to your own body. On this journey, I'm going to guide you from the scientific explanations to the secrets of each seed, then to their combination, their ritual, and even the positions that can transform your intimate experience. Stay with me until the end, because the most vital part is not at the start of the story. It is waiting for you in the final section, where every piece comes together to create a complete picture of masculine strength. Strength doesn't just vanish overnight. It fades slowly, almost imperceptibly, until one day a man recognizes that his body no longer answers the way it used to. What was once easy becomes difficult. What once lasted now feels shorter, and what once filled him with confidence now awakens doubt. This quiet decline is not some mystery of fate. It is a process that science has studied and explained in detail. One of the first forces at play is the gradual decrease of testosterone. This hormone is what shapes vitality, muscle mass, stamina, and desire. As the years pass, its levels drop, and with them come fatigue, a loss of muscle tone, weaker erections, and a muted spark in intimacy. Alongside this is a decline in blood circulation. Arteries can stiffen, vessels may narrow, and the flow of blood that once surged freely becomes more restricted. Without rich circulation, the body has a hard time sustaining strength where it's needed most. Oxidative stress adds another invisible burden. Free radicals build up, damaging the delicate lining of blood vessels and nerve cells. This damage is subtle but relentless, eroding performance from the inside out. The nervous system, which should transmit signals of arousal and control, can become dulled. Reflexes slow, control slips, and confidence begins to falter. But biology isn't the only story here. The mind plays a role that is just as powerful. Performance anxiety, a fear of failure, and the silent pressure to satisfy can stifle desire before it even has a chance to grow. The body might still be capable, yet the mind convinces it otherwise. And in this tension, moments of connection become shorter and less fulfilling, overshadowed by worry. Digestion also leaves its mark. A heavy stomach, gas, or acidity can all distract and weaken the body at critical moments. These signals might seem minor, but they are evidence that the system is out of balance. When digestion is poor, the absorption of essential nutrients suffers, leaving the body deficient in minerals and vitamins that fuel stamina and control. What emerges is not a single cause, but a web of interconnected weaknesses. Hormones falling, circulation slowing, oxidative damage rising, nerves misfiring, digestion struggling, and the mind caught up in anxiety. Together, they weave the pattern of decline that so many men experience, often in silence. Think about this for a moment. Yet the message here is clear. These changes are not irreversible sentences. They are signals calling for your attention, signs that the body is seeking balance, nourishment, and restoration. And just as science explains the decline, it also points us towards solutions. Natural compounds that can relax blood vessels, antioxidants that combat free radicals, rituals that calm the mind, and foods that restore digestion. Hidden within the simplest of spices lies the potential to answer this call. The decline of inner strength is real, but it is not the end. It's the body asking for renewal, and those who learn how to listen may discover that vitality is not truly lost with age. It is simply waiting to be rekindled. Throughout history, people have turned to nature not just for survival, but for vitality. What we now call functional foods are those simple gifts of the earth that do much more than just fill the stomach. They act inside the body like medicine, adjusting balance, supporting organs, and protecting against decay. Spices in particular have held a unique place. Though small and often overlooked, they carry concentrated oils and compounds that can influence circulation, digestion, and even your mood. Science today recognizes that certain foods contain bioactive molecules with a pharmacological effect. Polyphenols, flavonoids, essential oils, antioxidants. These are not simply flavors, they are chemical messengers. Can you picture that? They move through our blood vessels, interact with enzymes, and change the way our cells behave. A single clove or seed might contain dozens of such molecules, each one playing a part in restoring the delicate harmony that keeps us alive. Cardamom, for instance, has been valued in ancient traditions for calming the stomach and freshening the breath. But deeper studies reveal it relaxes blood vessels and enhances flow. Clove, known for its powerful aroma, hides eugenol, a compound with remarkable antioxidant and circulatory benefits. When used with care, these spices are not just seasonings, they are silent medicine. Modern nutrition often centers on calories, proteins and fats, but vitality is more than fuel. It's the subtle interplay of trace elements, micronutrients, and plant compounds that guide our inner systems. Functional foods remind us that eating is not only about energy, it is about information. Every spice, every fruit, every seed is delivering messages to the body, instructing it to heal, to resist, to adapt. This is why the path to restoring masculine strength doesn't always lie in laboratories or expensive supplements. Sometimes it's found in remembering that food and medicine were once the same, that the kitchen and the apothecary were born from the same place. By seeing spices as allies, we uncover a truth that is both ancient and modern. Within the ordinary lies the extraordinary, just waiting to be recognized and used with wisdom. When you look at cardamom, you might see nothing more than a small green pod, a spice often crushed into desserts or boiled with tea. Yet inside that tiny shell is a reservoir of essential oils and compounds that have fascinated both ancient healers and modern researchers. Cardamom has been called the queen of spices not just for its fragrance, but for its power to influence the body's inner systems in ways that few expect. The science starts with its oils. Cineol, terpenol, acetate, and limonene are the dominant molecules, and each plays a role in the complex orchestra of human physiology. Cineol relaxes the smooth muscles of blood vessels, widening the channels through which blood can flow. When circulation improves, oxygen reaches deeper into tissues, and for men, this translates to stronger and more sustained performance. Terpene lysotate brings anti-inflammatory qualities, helping reduce the silent irritation that can weaken stamina. Limonene contributes by calming the digestive system, making sure that heaviness and bloating don't take away comfort during intimate moments. For centuries, cardamom was prized in traditional medicine for digestive health. A small pod chewed after a meal helps lighten the stomach, ease gas, and freshen the breath. These effects are not just cosmetic. When your digestion is clear, the body is free to direct its energy towards circulation and nerve activity. When the gut is heavy, vitality plummets. In this sense, cardamom acts as a gatekeeper, keeping the body free from the burdens that can erode confidence and endurance. But the mystery of cardamom doesn't stop there. Antioxidants hidden within its oils combat oxidative stress, that unseen erosion caused by free radicals. Oxidative stress damages vessels, weakens nerves, and speeds up aging. By neutralizing these radicals, cardamom helps preserve the integrity of the very structures needed for strength and clarity. A man who integrates this spice into his life is not just seasoning food, he is fortifying his cells against decline. Modern research also highlights cardamom's ability to regulate blood pressure and support metabolic balance. In an era where hypertension and insulin resistance silently weaken countless men, this little spice offers a shield. It doesn't replace medical care, but it complements it by aligning the body with nature's own rhythm. The aroma that rises when you crush a pod is not only pleasant, it signals the release of compounds that guide vessels to relax, the heart to beat with ease, and the mind to find stillness. Practical use is simple but requires care. 2 pods, lightly crushed and chewed, allow the oils to mix with saliva and enter the bloodstream gradually. When taken before intimacy, they prepare the body by opening up circulation and easing tension. Unlike synthetic stimulants that force the body into unnatural states, cardamom works gently, aligning with your natural processes. Its effect is subtle at first, but with consistency, it builds a foundation of resilience. However, like all powerful tools, cardamom demands respect. Too much can irritate the stomach, cause loose bowels, or disrupt your balance. Moderation is the key. For most men, a small amount is sufficient. It's a reminder that nature delivers power not through excess but through precision. The body is not a machine to be overloaded. It is a living system that responds best to harmony. Cardamom also carries a symbolic role. To take time in preparing and consuming it can become a ritual, a way of signaling to the mind that the moment ahead is one that deserves care. The act of crushing a pod, chewing it slowly, and feeling the warmth spread is more than just ingestion. It is preparation, aligning both body and mind toward confidence. In this way, cardamom bridges the physical and the psychological, offering not only improved circulation but also a sense of calmness. So when we talk about cardamom, we are not speaking of a kitchen spice alone. We are speaking of a seed that connects tradition with science, digestion with circulation, and body with mind. It is the first secret in our journey. The green guardian that quietly restores what time has tried to take away, and it perfectly prepares the stage for the second seed, darker in color, stronger in flavor, and carrying its own mystery of endurance and renewal. If cardamom is the gentle hand that soothes and prepares, clove is the spark that ignites endurance. At first glance, it appears insignificant. A small dried bud from a tree that grows in tropical climates. Yet hidden within its fragile shape, is one of the most potent natural oils known to medicine. For centuries, clove has been prized in cooking, rituals, and healing. Its aroma is sharp, almost fiery, and that very same fire runs through the body when it's consumed with care. The essence of clove is a compound called eugenol. This natural oil has been studied for its remarkable effects on circulation and vitality. Eugenol relaxes blood vessels, improves the flow of oxygen, and strengthens the heart's rhythm. When circulation is enhanced, the body responds with warmth, resilience, and the ability to endure for longer. For men struggling with fatigue or a rapid loss of stamina, this simple spice can act as a steady anchor. It doesn't work with the force of synthetic stimulants. It works with balance, enhancing what the body already holds. Clove is also one of the richest sources of antioxidants. Oxidative stress is one of the silent destroyers of masculine performance. Free radicals accumulate, damaging cells and draining energy. The antioxidants in clove neutralize these radicals, reducing inflammation, protecting nerves, and preserving energy reserves. When the nerves are strong, control improves. When inflammation is reduced, muscles and tissues respond with greater efficiency. In this way, clove touches both the physical and the neurological, creating a foundation for endurance that lasts well beyond mere minutes or hours. And the benefits extend further. Traditional healers observed that clove warms the stomach, relieves indigestion, and reduces bloating. Modern science confirms this. A comfortable digestive system allows the body to devote more energy to performance instead of discomfort. Many men underestimate just how much digestive heaviness contributes to fatigue in intimate moments. A body free of such burdens can move more freely and respond with greater sensitivity. So how should clove be used? The answer lies in simplicity. One approach is to slowly chew 2 buds before intimacy. As the oils mix with saliva, they enter the bloodstream within minutes, activating circulation and awakening the nervous system. Another method is to brew clove tea. Place 2 or 3 buds in a cup of hot water and let them steep for about 10 minutes, then drink it slowly. This draws out the full strength of the eugenol, creating a gentle warmth that spreads throughout the body. Taken in the evening, it prepares both mind and body for a calm yet sustained connection. But here's where caution is essential. Clove is powerful, and power demands respect. Taken in excess, it can irritate the stomach lining, increase acidity, and cause a burning sensation. 6 or 7 buds at once might seem harmless, yet they can lead to discomfort, or even nausea. Moderation is vital. 2 buds, maybe 3, are sufficient. Anything more could turn the medicine into a burden. The science of clove also brings warnings for specific conditions. Those who take blood-thinning medications like aspirin or warfarin must avoid clove because eugenol naturally thins the blood. For men with ulcers or severe gastric inflammation, clove might worsen the irritation. Those with very low blood pressure may feel dizziness or weakness after consumption. These are not flaws in the spice, but reminders that even natural medicine must be matched carefully to the individual's body. Still, for healthy men, particularly those over 40, clove can be a remarkable ally. It not only strengthens performance, but also helps delay premature release. Many men have reported that they once couldn't maintain control beyond 2 minutes. But with regular and mindful use of clove, they extended that to 8 or even 10 minutes. The reason is clear: clove fortifies the nerves, giving them greater resilience. When paired with the calming effect of cardamom, this creates a natural balance between stimulation and control. One excites, while the other soothes. Together, they create harmony. There is also a psychological dimension to consider. The act of preparing clove before intimacy can become a ritual. This ritual signals the mind to slow down, to focus, and to expect strength instead of failure. Anxiety, one of the greatest enemies of performance, starts to fade. Confidence takes its place. A man who enters intimacy with calm assurance often finds that half the battle is already won. His partner senses this change, feels more relaxed, and the experience deepens for both of them. Clove, then, is more than just a spice. It is a bridge between tradition and science, between the body and the mind. It demonstrates that endurance isn't simply about force, but about balance, control, and awareness. With its fiery aroma and hidden oils, it awakens what is dormant, protects what is fragile, and sustains what is fading. Used wisely, it becomes a quiet companion, guiding men toward a vitality that doesn't rely on pills or artificial aids. The lesson is simple yet profound. True strength doesn't need to shout. It can come from the smallest of buds, carried through centuries of wisdom, confirmed by modern science, and waiting patiently in the palm of your hand. Clove reminds us that endurance is not a gift given once and then lost forever. It is a flame that can be rekindled, as long as we know where to look and how to honor the spark. Cardamom and clove, each possessing its own unique nature, become truly powerful when they meet. Alone, cardamom is calming, opening the vessels, easing digestion, and preparing the body with quiet readiness. Alone, clove is fiery, awakening the heart, strengthening circulation, and sparking endurance. Together, they form a union that balances relaxation with stimulation and softness with strength. Science helps us understand why this combination is so effective. The essential oils of cardamom contain compounds that relax smooth muscles and reduce internal tension. This allows blood to flow more freely, preventing premature strain. At the same time, clove, rich in eugenol, enhances the force of circulation, ensuring that once the vessels are open, the blood moves with vigor. One creates the pathway, and the other drives the flow. This is synergy in its purest form. What does this mean for you? For men, this harmony translates into both control and endurance. Cardamom helps reduce the anxiety that often shortens performance, while clove strengthens the nerves and sustains energy. Being calm meets power, the body finds its balance. Control is no longer a struggle, it becomes a natural outcome. Moments that once felt rushed can now expand, creating space for a deeper connection. The digestive benefits of both spices also reinforce their union. Cardamom lightens the stomach, and clove warms it. Together, they prevent the heaviness that can often steal energy during intimacy. The body feels lighter, more agile, and more willing to respond. The mind, reassured by the ritual of preparation, enters the moment with confidence instead of doubt. Tradition may not have known the chemical language of synergy, but it certainly understood the result. In ancient households, these spices were often used side by side, blended in teas, sweets, and various remedies. Modern men can rediscover this wisdom with a very simple practice: 2 cardamoms and 2 cloves before intimacy, chewed slowly or brewed gently in water. The simplicity of this method hides the depth of its effect. The message of this balanced union is clear. Strength does not come from force alone, nor from calmness alone. It emerges when both are present together. Cardamom and clove remind us that nature often designs balance through pairs, with each compensating for the other and each amplifying the other. And when we honor that design, the body can regain what time has tried to take away. The body responds not just to chemistry, but also to the signals from the mind. When a man prepares himself with cardamom and clove, the act is more than the release of essential oils. It becomes a ritual. Rituals hold power because they mark a transition, a line between ordinary time and sacred time. By chewing 2 cardamoms and 2 cloves before intimacy, a man tells his body and his mind that something important is about to unfold. Psychology refers to this as conditioning. The brain begins to associate the taste, the aroma, and the act itself with readiness and confidence. Over time, this ritual becomes an anchor. Anxiety fades because the mind recalls past success. The body responds not only to the nutrients in the spices, but also to the certainty created by repetition. What was once a moment of doubt can transform into a moment of focus. Anxiety is one of the greatest obstacles to male performance. Fear of failure, the pressure to satisfy, the restless thought that time will run out, these shadows can shorten endurance more than any physical weakness. But when a ritual is present, the mind has something steady to hold on to. The slow chewing of the spices, the warmth that spreads, the knowledge that the body. These sensations replace fear with calm expectation. It's a simple yet profound idea, isn't it? Confidence is born in this space. With confidence, the nervous system relaxes, allowing for better control. With calmness, a partner senses assurance, and the connection deepens. The ritual thus benefits not only the man himself but the entire shared experience. What seems like a small habit ripples outward into trust, intimacy, and satisfaction. Science supports this truth. Studies show that routines can lower cortisol, the stress hormone, and improve parasympathetic activity, the branch of the nervous system that permits rest and control. A calm nervous system combined with strong circulation creates the ideal condition for endurance. So the ritual is more than just a habit, it is a preparation of both body and mind. It transforms fears into symbols, anxiety into confidence, and fleeting moments into lasting connection. In the simplicity of this habit lies a strength as real as any medicine. As the years go by, the body changes in ways that cannot be ignored. Muscles lose some of their firmness, joints lose their flexibility, and stamina no longer feels infinite. For men beyond 60, these changes become more apparent in moments of intimacy. What was once effortless now requires care. Yet, this doesn't mean pleasure has to fade. It means that wisdom must replace force, and posture becomes just as important as desire itself. Medical science explains why. During intimacy, the heart rate increases, blood pressure shifts, and joints bear sudden weight. In younger years, the body absorbs this stress easily. In later years, the same actions might cause breathlessness, back pain, or fatigue. The solution isn't withdrawal, but adaptation. Choosing the right position can reduce strain, conserve energy, and allow the moment to last longer without discomfort. One of the most recommended positions for older men is with the female on top. Here, the man lies back while his partner leads the movement. The benefit is clear. Pressure on the spine, hips, and knees is minimized. The man conserves energy and maintains relaxation while his partner controls the speed and depth. This shared control not only prolongs endurance, but also strengthens the emotional connection. Eye contact, gentle touch, and closeness become central, turning the experience from a performance into a communion. Another position advised by therapists is the side-by-side spooning posture. Both partners lie on their side with the man embracing from behind. This minimizes physical effort, lowers the strain on joints, and allows for a slower, more tender rhythm. It is especially suited for men with back, hip, or shoulder discomfort. Because energy is preserved, intimacy can be sustained for longer. The closeness of the bodies and the warmth of skin-to-skin contact create a deep sense of security and affection. These postures demonstrate that intimacy in later life is not about proving stamina, but about cultivating comfort and connection. By lowering the physical demands, the mind relaxes and pleasure can expand. Anxiety about control fades when the body feels no pressure to perform beyond its limits. In fact, many couples report that intimacy in their later years becomes more fulfilling because it emphasizes closeness rather than endurance alone. The message is simple. Age doesn't take away intimacy, it only reshapes it. By adapting posture and conserving strength, men can continue to experience profound satisfaction. The golden years are not a decline, but a shift in focus from proving strength to enjoying connection. When posture and age are respected together, intimacy remains not only possible but deeply rewarding. At the end of this journey, one truth emerges clearly. Masculine strength is not lost forever with age, it only changes its form. What weakens can be renewed, what fades can be rekindled, and what seems ordinary can reveal extraordinary power. Two small spices, cardamom and clove, carry within them the wisdom of centuries and the confirmation of modern science. One calms, the other ignites, and together they restore balance to the body and mind. But their value is more than just chemistry. They remind us that discipline and ritual matter, that strength grows when the mind is prepared, when anxiety gives way to confidence, and when the body is treated with respect. They remind us too that age doesn't end intimacy, it simply reshapes it. With the right posture, the right habits, and the right perspective, pleasure becomes deeper, not weak. The lesson is timeless. Do not search only for what is expensive or complex, for often the answer lies in what is near, simple, and overlooked. Do not fear the passing of years, for each stage of life brings its own form of intimacy and joy. And do not underestimate the power of small seeds, for within them is the strength to transform. Take this knowledge, not as mere advice, but as an invitation to embrace simplicity, to honor your body, and to discover that vitality is never truly lost. It waits in the quiet gifts of nature, ready to return when you are ready to receive. And remember, my name is Dr. Marcus Bell, and remember, my YouTube channel name is Senior Strength Guide. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Please don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell to be notified for new videos.